Welcome to the Danger Show podcast, episode 14, featuring the It's About the Warrior Foundation founder and CEO, Steve Montleone. I do want to thank the Danger Show podcast sponsors, National Armory in Moon Township on the corner of Broadhead Road and Flockerty Run Road. They're actually celebrating 20 years over there, Steve.
Wow.
And buy, sell, trade handguns, rifles, shotguns, self-defense. They got it all. They're online at naguns.com. And they're also going to be with us at the Sportsman's Bash that we'll talk about here in a minute. My other sponsor, Sierra Experts. They've also been in business 20 years. They are in Pittsburgh, but they are a nationwide IT company. Their slogan, "We do IT differently." Get details about Sierra Experts at sierraexperts.com. All right, so Steve Montleone, you were my first guest when I launched the podcast back on June 1st, and I'm excited to be hosting the It's About the Warrior Foundation Sportsman's Bash again this year. That's happening on September 26th at Pepsi Roadhouse. All the information on the screen. You can get tickets still up until September 1st. You can buy tickets online at iatw.us/shop. And how many years of this Sportsman's Bash have we had now, Steve?
This is the 12th, I think, 11th or 12th.
I want to say I've hosted most of them. I know that there were some years when you would just come on my show early.
Yeah,
but I hosted all the ones that were down at South Point over the years.
Right.
And then the last 3 or 4 years, we've been at the Pepsi Roadhouse in Burgestown, which I think is a great location for this event.
Yep. Great venue. Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn on you, but yeah, it's a great venue. Lena's awesome down there. She takes care of me. It's been great.
Yeah, that's an outstanding venue for anything, but the Sportsman's Bash is awesome there. So September 26th, I'm going to pop up some info on the screen here. Over $30,000 in guns and cash to be given away at the event. It's from noon to 6 on September 26th. I think one of your Army copters is going behind me here right now. Or Air Force, I should say. Your Air Force.
Nice.
Live music. You got Christian Beck performing, also the Cross Creek Band. Free food, free beverages. You get the show, the music, the food, and all the giveaways with a $50 donation to the It's About the Warrior Foundation, which benefits local veterans. I always say, go ahead, Steve. Yep.
One of the things that a lot of people have been asking me, do you have to be here to win? No, you don't have to be here to win. You just buy a ticket, send it to you in the mail, but they're only on sale till September 1st, and then tickets will be available at the door as well.
Great point. So you can see the giveaways start at noon. I'm trying to look here. My eyesight. It looks like $1,000 cash is the first giveaway.
Right.
And then about every 10 minutes, we'll do a drawing. Right. And with your $50 donation, you're in all of these drawings. And, you know, every year we probably have over 1,000 people in-house, but there'll be another 1,000 people that just bought donated, got the ticket. And I'd say about half the people that win aren't there.
You're right. That's very true. That happens every year, which is fine. People got other things going on, and they made a donation. They got their ticket. They win. All they got to do is give me a call or go see an FFL or go down to see National Armory, and it'll be good to go.
And one thing about this event, I've been in broadcasting and hosted so many of these events over the years, decades now. Right. I like to be very transparent with it, and you're great with this too. You got the big. Like the lottery machine full of names. Right. I like to pull people out of the crowd, little kids, say, reach in, pull a name every time.
Right.
And then we read it out right in front of everybody. It goes on a board. So if you make a donation and your name gets pulled, you're going to get your prize. There's no funny business. You guys are on the up and up. And I think that's what people love. It's a feel-good event, right? You donate to local veterans and you get fun and prizes. So it's a win-win on every side with this one.
Right. And that's one of the things that when I started this foundation 13, 14 years ago, my big thing was transparency. I told the board when we developed the board of directors, I told them, hey, look, we're going to be very transparent in everything we do because there's a lot of shady stuff that goes on.
Yep.
And I don't want to be that kind of person, and I don't want to go to jail. So we've been very transparent about everything. Anybody calls me, I call them back and let them know, some people complain about certain things. Some people are very receptive about certain things we do. And you're never going to please everybody, but we're just here to help veterans in the tri-state area.
When I met you, I guess it was probably 2014. You started in 2013?
Actually, 2011 at Old
Okay.
Stonewall, we had a golf outing, and
Yeah.
we didn't get our actual IRS nonprofit status till April of 2013.
That's when I met you then. So you had been doing it about 2 years. And
Right.
the first thing you walked in the radio studio and said was, hey, we're going to be very transparent, because there's a lot of, I hate to say it, a lot of charities, you get these bad marks because of the fraud and things they do.
Yeah, and people are making millions and millions of dollars. People are like, oh, you're making 6 figures driving around a truck. I go, look, dude, I make way less than 6 figures, believe me.
And you're the only employee.
Yeah, I'm the only employee.
And you're a veteran.
Yeah, and the truck is the truck is my truck. So it's, come on.
Yeah, you spend all your time working for this company. If you need a voucher, you give me a call, Steve. I've watched you work hard. Here's the truck. It's About the Warrior. I pulled this off the It's About the Warrior Foundation Facebook page.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, tell me where this pic was taken. This is a recent photo.
This is up in Rome, New York, where I used to be stationed. This is the Air Force base I used to be stationed at. It's a B-52. Obviously a static display, but the base was closed back in 1995, and I had just left. But I go up there every year because I have a lot of friends up there, and I just enjoy going up there. It's a good getaway, about a 5-hour drive, 6-hour drive, and I just pulled the truck up beside the B-52 and took a pic.
And it was a classic.
Yeah, it was a classic pic.
I got another one, I think, here I wanted to show you. You've had so many people over the years get behind your foundation and help you raise money. And some of them are kind of no-brainers, like when we teamed up with you at Country Radio. That
Absolutely.
I thought that was kind of a no-brainer. But some of these I see people, you've really found some people from different walks of life that are like, hey, we want to help too. Like I noticed this one, Rockabilly Ruckus in Ohio. They just recently raised $22,000 for you.
Yeah, it's a great event. It's kind of like an outdoor car show, and what they do is they have these painters that come from all over the country, and they pinstripe stuff. They paint. People come in and drop stuff off, and they paint it. And then this is Cassandra Seth. She's an auctioneer, and she auctions off all these items, and we ended up making $22,000 this year.
Wow, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a great event.
Awesome. And the people that own it are awesome. They're great. They love us, and every year, we're the beneficiary.
And I've seen, different places like high schools, and just different equestrian. What's the horse place up in like Wexford? They do stuff with it. Just people all over town. Yeah.
Orchard View Stables. We have that equestrian program. Our guys love it. They're there all the time. And not only that, that's, they all go there, and then they all have become really good friends. My dog went outside.
I can hear that. And I think the Air Force, I am on the flights to the airport.
Yeah.
And I think they're all flying over me at one time here. They knew I had Steve Montleone, former Air Force.
Can we pause this recording so I can take him outside because he's barking at me?
You take him outside. While you're doing that, I'm going to pull up your schedule. So Steve Montleone is not only the founder. You do that. I'm going to pull up the schedule here online. While he is going to take his dog out, this is good stuff. I'm going to show you that he is also the new head football coach at Slippery Rock High School. So high school football gets kicked off this weekend, and Western PA loves its high school football. Steve, I say he's the new coach there. I think he coached there last year too. When he gets back from taking his dog out, he'll confirm that. But he coached for years at North Allegheny as an assistant football coach. So this isn't something new. And I think he even coached at Butler High School back in the day. But Slippery Rock is his new location at the very tippy top of Butler County. And they kick off the regular season against Wilmington Friday night. So a lot of high school football games, all of them kicking off this weekend. It's going to be a great time for football fans. You got high school, then you got college the next weekend, then the NFL. So this is a lot of people live for this time of year, especially in Western PA. But he's the Slippery Rock coach. And I know. So while he's out, I'll show some of these. I know he designed this new Slippery Rock football jersey. He's a swag guy. He's all into the fashion, even though he's a tough Air Force guy. He does it with It's About the Warrior Foundation. And look at the that's a pretty sweet football. They're probably loving the new gear out there at Slippery Rock. And then I found on his page too, he's got slip football, slip for Slippery Rock. I put that together. The slip. You don't want to slip out there. Make sure you wear some good treading on your shoes. Slippery out there at Slippery Rock. But that's their new T-shirts. I might have to get me some of this swag and jump on the Slippery Rock bandwagon with Steve Montleone, the new coach. So they're playing Wilmington this week at Conneaut, and then they play Titusville, Iroquois at Greenville, Fort Lebeau. I don't know. I'm not pronouncing these right, I'm sure. He's got his dog with him.
I'm back.
The only schools.
If you ever have a bulldog for a pet,
yes,
they're the most stubborn dog in the world. It's like he goes out there and just stands there and looks at him. I'm like, dude, let's go. Do what you got to do. Like,
yeah, you should have taken the camera with you. This could have been some nice content.
He's walking around.
What's your dog's name?
Echo.
Echo.
Yeah.
Well, I was just looking at your schedule. So Slippery Rock is not in the Whippeal, correct?
Yeah, they're District 10.
District 10.
Which is Erie, all the counties up north. It's kind of weird because we're the only school from Butler County in District 10. So we're almost like the
were you going to say redheaded stepchild?
Yes.
Come on, man. Stepchild. And you're talking to a guy with red hair. Can't believe you'd go there, man.
That's why I was going to say that.
I like how you held it back. You're like, wait. Oh, well, I was going to ask, are any of these teams part of the Whippeal? Is Grove City's not?
No.
Okay.
No, they're in District 10. So it's Wilmington. Like, it's funny because when I went up there last year to be the offensive coordinator, I was going to take a year off because I was at North Allegheny for a long time. Just take a year off, and so the offensive line coach up there at Slippery Rock coached at North Allegheny for 35 years. Well, he retired from teaching. Mike Booker's his name, and he moved up there and he coached with the head coach. And he called me. He's like, "Hey, man, we need an offensive coordinator." I'm like, I'll try, And I really enjoyed my time there, but I just, it just wasn't the leadership, the commitment, the organizational wasn't very good. And I just decided, I'm not going to come back. And then they made a coaching change, and I put in for it. But when like I said, we're like the redheaded stepchild because we're in Butler County and everybody else is in District 10 up north. And I didn't even know where half these schools were. Like, where's Iroquois? Where's Fort LeBeuf? I'm like, where are those schools at?
Yeah, I didn't know how to pronounce some of them. I got to Fort LeBeuf when you came here. I know Sharon, Grove City, Hickory, Fairview. Those are easy.
Yeah, right.
But Conneaut, everybody from the Pittsburgh area likes to say Conneaut. We're going down to Conneaut.
Conneaut area. But yeah, it's just I had to get used to it because I'm like, where is this place at? Where's that? I had no idea. Because I've been in the WPIL for 25 years.
Yeah, and even being from Butler County, normally you're traveling around the Pittsburgh area to play your games.
Exactly. But
I was showing off your swag while you were away, Steve. I know you had to have your hand in designing this jersey.
Oh, yeah. I designed that myself. Actually, there was a little bit of a change to this. The PIAA didn't let us put the nameplate in the front, so it's in the back.
Okay.
They're great jerseys. This is going to be on September 11th, or honoring Veterans Night, obviously September 11th as well. They're custom-made jerseys from ProKnit out of Brookline. And the kids are, you can keep them when they're done because their name will be on the back.
Love it. And then I knew you're a swag guy. Ever since you've been with It's About the Warrior Foundation, raising money for local veterans, and you're a veteran yourself, the swag you always had, and you sell at your events, like you'll have those at the Sportsman's Bash September 26th. When I saw these slip football T-shirts online, I said, Steve Montleone had to design these as well.
Yeah, well, it actually, if a buddy of mine who's the head girls basketball coach at Slippery Rock, Jeff Steele, he was down at a Mississippi game, him and a guy that I coached with at North.
Oh, yeah. Because Ole Miss goes by SIP.
SIP, yeah. So he was – both of them sent me this pitch. It said SIP football. And Jeff says, what if we put slip in there? So Jeff started putting slip for the girls basketball. I'm like, I love that. And the kids love it. They love the slip. And so I've been ordering stuff like crazy because people want the hats. They want the shirts.
It is cool. I agree.
The adults, they really don't like the sip because they want to say slippery rock, but the kids love the sip. But yeah, it's
The lingo, man. It's all about it.
yeah, it's good stuff. And I'm always, a lot of people say you should work for some Nike or Under Armour design and stuff because you're really good at that. But it just has to catch my eye. Like the hat I got on here, it's I kind of designed it myself.
Someone gave me this hat in Nashville last year. I was at like country radio seminar and it's original influencer. And I was like, that's radio people were the original influencers.
Yeah. This hat here is the AR in a red, white, and blue, and it says no weak shit on it. And I
zoomed in now.
I wear it to practice all the time. No one said
what a great motto for the kids.
Yeah. They're like,
bring it, guys.
The kids love it. They love it. Like, just the mentality that I have, being a veteran or being around the military for 40 years, one way or shape or the other. But, people are like, what if somebody says something? I'm like, I really don't care. You can fire me. I told you athletic director, fire me. I don't care.
Well, here's the thing. I've never met your athletic director, and people are going to find something wrong with everything you do. But I've known you for over a decade, and I've seen how the influence you've been for young men that have come back from serving our country with the It's About the Warrior Foundation. When you told me, and then you were coaching at North Allegheny for all those years. Right. I just said, I just know how great you are at I'm trying to think of the right word, teaching young men, encouraging young men. Right. Being a role model, a leader, there's something about you where it's like the perfect mix of like you care and you can feel that you care, but you're still going to hold people accountable.
Right. And I think
that's something we all crave, I think.
And that's the one thing that when I got that Slippery Rock job, I had parent meetings, with the players, and they're in the auditorium, and I just let them have it. I said, look, here's the deal. We're going to be accountable, responsible, and ownership is the big things for me. Discipline. Like we took so many 15-yard penalties last year. We'd take 2 or 3 a game, and there was nothing done about it. I'd be on the headset upstairs. I'm like, get them out of the game. No, to keep them in, and the kids knew there was no ramifications. Well, now they know because now they're like, hey, if you're late for practice, you're running, or you're doing what I do. I do the military thing. Anybody can run. But when you do what I do, ask the kids, they hate it. So it's a little bit of mix of Navy SEAL training and MARSOC training, just mixing stuff in. So it's just, but the kids, they've bought in, they're taking ownership. It's great.
That's throwback. I hate to say it. I mean, I don't know if a lot of the other coaches are still doing that, but like I went to high school in the 90s, and I can tell you that that any good coach was doing that. It didn't matter that it was your mom or dad that made you late. Right. There was really no excuses. They were like, oh, you got excuses. That's fine. Well, think about that excuse while you're running around the field 20 times.
Yeah, well, the good thing about and you're right. The good thing about it is now they're taking ownership of the team. So if they're late, so I had a kid came late yesterday, and I didn't see it. And he came right up to me and goes, Coach, I was late. I owe you. That's great. Yeah. That's taking ownership of the team, responsibility, accountability, and that's how you try to do it.
And then after you run your lap, you get back in and play, right?
Yeah.
It's just there's my coach used to always say, for every act, there's a consequence. And I'm sure he didn't, but that was one of he always taught us that, Yeah. If you do something good, there's gonna be a good consequence.
Yeah, exactly right. And I might, I sound like Mr. Tough Guy, but the kids know that there's a time that I like to mess around with them and joke around with them, and there's a time that we need to be focused and serious. And I kind of look at it differently as a head coach and as a coach overall. You can ask guys at North Allegheny, like there's something bigger out there than football. I had the mindset because of being around the military for 40 years and having guys that come back from combat, guys that are struggling on a daily basis, seeing the carnage of war. I just look at it and I say, this is high school football. Like it's a game, you should enjoy it, but at the same time be held accountable and take ownership of what you're doing. And it's been great.
One of the ways you've been motivating your team is something I'd never seen. And I know that there are coaches that try to find, things to motivate you to want to work hard during the game.
Right.
You mixed in your military background, where at the end of a game, and you had your first preseason, you only had one preseason game. It was last weekend.
Right.
But at the end of the game, you picked a player of the game, and talk about you had a special helmet for them to wear if they were a player of the game.
Yeah, I have obviously a lot of friends in the military, especially over at the 911th Air Wing in Pittsburgh, and I asked them if they could get me a tactical helmet, fighter pilot helmet, and they got me one. So I have that one, and I have one of my tactical helmets for special teams player of the week as well. But this one here was after every game, we're giving it player of the game. And this young man, he's the smallest kid on the team. He caught he's playing JV. He caught a great ball and scored the only touchdown for the JVs. And I came in, and the coaches come in after the game. We sat down and talked. Okay, who's player of the game? And I looked right at him. First person I said, let's give it to Caden. Smallest kid on the team. He's maybe 5'1", 100 pounds, but he's tougher than nails. And I presented it to him with team around, and everybody went crazy. And
something to be proud of.
Yeah, and it's something to be proud of. Make them wear it and put in their locker till this Friday, and then we'll give it to somebody else. But and you see the videos, you watch, all the kids are clapping, they're all smiling, which is great. There's no jealousy. There's no people pointing fingers. This is great. This is awesome. And then we'll also give the tactical helmet out to special teams player of the week, and then we have some other stuff we do as well. It's just to motivate. It's just a reward, motivate them, get them excited.
I love it. I mean, my coach was a real mean, and I'm going to have to get him on the podcast. Did you meet my coach, Stan Jones? He coached at Florida State for 20 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
You did meet him. I think you did.
Yeah, you did.
He was one of those guys. He was like, there's two things that motivate you: fear and desire. Either you're going to desire to do what I want to do, or you're going to fear not doing it.
Right.
And this is the desire method right here.
Absolutely.
I want to work so hard that I get honored as player. I want to put the slip jersey on, and I want to win that tactical helmet at the end of the game.
Absolutely.
And that's amazing. I love that, Steve.
Motivational, and it's funny because I went out and bought $500 worth of cleaning supplies, a shop vac, mops, brooms, and I make them clean the locker room before they leave every day. Like, it's not going to be a pig pen. It's not going to smell. And they clean it up, and they're not, there's
taking
a phone
pride.
Caddy. Yeah. And there's a phone caddy. Nobody can use a phone in the locker room. And it's really cool. And the kids know they can't leave until a coach inspects the locker room.
And you've got them all playing along. They're all following the rules.
Yes, they do.
That's tough to do. Well, that's Steve Monteleone, who is probably taking care of Echo again there. I don't know.
No, he took his leash and decided to chew it. Telling you, bulldogs are just a different breed, dude. Now he's looking at me like, what the hell, dude?
I want to make sure I hit this again. It's About the Warrior Sportsman's Bash is happening September 26th. That's Saturday, September 26th, Pepsi Roadhouse in Burgettstown. Tickets are on sale online. I'm going to put this back on the screen because you have till September 1st, which is coming up next week. My Lord. Go to iatw.us/shop to get your tickets online. And you're not going to call it off a sellout, though, no matter what, right? This is for charity. So you can get tickets at the door. If you don't go online to buy the tickets, come out on September 26th, pack this place, because we want to raise as much money as we can. I'm very proud during the event. When I see those totals that are being raised for local veterans, I really get hyped about it. And I think the crowd does as well.
No, and the cool thing about it is you see a lot of our veterans working the event.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They're selling gear. They're doing tickets on the floor. They're just, hustling and bustling. And I have a system set up. They know what to do. Delegate certain individuals doing certain things, and it's great. It's a smooth operation. And, from doors open at 11, it starts at noon, goes till 6. And the money that's raised, real quick, if you don't mind, I could tell everybody what the money goes to.
Where does the money go? I love that.
A lot of people are like, where's your money go? And we have a variety of programs. So our one program is a therapeutic program, One of the things I really want to do about 5-6 years ago is focus on mental health. So every month we have monthly meetings. We average about 12 guys a session, and we just basically sit around. Now, veterans are a different breed. People find it hard to understand, but we love to bust each other's chops. Oh, you're in the Air Force. What'd you do? They call it Chair Force because you sat in a chair. And then the grunts, the jar heads, all it just goes back and forth, just bantering. But it's all we all love each other, and that's just the way guys talk. So we have those meetings. Then we have that equestrian program with Orchard View Stables in Wexford. That's been tremendous. Guys love it. They've been doing that for a long time. And then we have our outreach programs. We have an ice hockey team, the Pittsburgh Warthogs, that travel around the country, play different hockey tournaments. We have a variety of different events that involve the family, because one thing that we try to do is incorporate the family, because that's the number one thing a lot of people miss, the wives and the family. When a veteran struggles, they don't realize the family struggles just as much as the veteran. So we try to, incorporate that. And it's really cool to see, and I said this before, because the wives make new friends, the kids make new friends. So when they come together and we have an event, everybody's, it's just one huge family. And it's great to see.
It is a club.
Yeah, absolutely. And our outdoor program consists of hunting and fishing. We have outfitters in Wyoming, Texas, Missouri, upstate New York. Here in Pennsylvania, we go hunting and fishing. I know they're chartering a boat up in Erie to go do some fishing. I actually have 2 guys going to Wyoming to hunt antelope in October, and then a couple guys going to be doing whitetail and mule deer in November. And then I go in the spring. I go for like 3 weeks, but I don't hunt because I just love being out there. It's so beautiful, so vast. I have my own little area. I just go and hang out, walk around. I can walk for miles. People are like, what if you get lost? Well, that's why I have a sat phone. I have a Met kit, so we'll be good. It's just beautiful out there to do it. But it's good to see, because then we take them in 3-4 guys at a time, and they're building that camaraderie, having a good time. And if they harvest an animal, that's a bonus. But that's what we do. We're just a small little nonprofit here in Western PA. Just trying to help veterans. I'm the only paid employee. Everybody else is a volunteer. We give back on the dollar 72% back to the veterans.
I tell people all the time, I'm like, look, this charity, all the money raised goes to local veterans, and all of it, because the only paid employee is a local veteran. So it's all going to local veterans. If you're going, or if it's, it goes towards your salary, you're a local. It's just, I love everything about it. I don't care if you're taking them hunting, fishing, ice hockey, taking them all to a game.
Right.
This money is going to men and women that put their life on the line for this country when they signed up for the military. Absolutely. And that's why the Sportsman's Bash, you pay your $50 to go in, you go enjoy the music, the giveaways, the food, the drinks. Bring some extra cash if you want to get on the table. There's some extra games to win guns on the tables on the side. And just know you're having a good time for a great cause.
Absolutely. And, you're helping veterans, guys that, especially my guys in my organization, most are combat veterans who struggle on a day-to-day basis, with the mental health and, being blown up, shot at, losing comrades in battle. People just don't understand going through that unless you've been in that situation, unless you trained for it or you've been in that situation. People just don't understand. And, I have a huge spot in my heart for those guys. I always have, have served and then been around the military for 40 out of my 60 long years on this planet. So I enjoy it, and it's good to pay it back, good to pay it forward. And, over time, we'll see what happens as we keep going on and on.
Steve, I love what you're doing. Thank you for your service to this country. We'll see you at the Sportsman's Bash September 26th, and best of luck to Slippery Rock High School football Friday night.
Go Rockets, baby.
We'll check in with you during the season about this, all right?
I told my kids last week, this kid made a great catch, that Caden. and everybody's jumping up and down. I come running out in the field and I look around and I go, "You're going to be on ESPN's top 10 plays of the week." He's like, "Am I, coach?" I go, "Yeah, I'm going to call him. They're going to come in."
Has he made it there yet? You're still working on it?
Yeah, I'm busting his balls. He started laughing. "You serious, coach?" I go, "No, I'm just kidding."
You have the video of it. You send it, and I'll put it. At least you can make it on the Danger Show podcast.
If somebody had the video, I'd send it in. But just getting him excited and see him smile, because a lot of these kids up in Slippery Rock, they come from, they don't have the greatest home life. Whereas at North Allegheny, they were coming to practice in Rolls Royces and Mercedes Benz, and I go up to Slippery Rock, are coming in tractors and trucks.
Yeah, it's rural, right?
That's my style right there. So, hey, I appreciate having me, man.
Yeah,
you're the best.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you for having me as the host again on September 26th of the Sportsman's Bash. I can't wait to be there as well. And everybody get your tickets, okay? Yep. Steve, we'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Thanks, my man.